ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रीमेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। नमस्ते एवरीवन once again.
Namaskaram.
नमस्कारम नमस्कारम। अहं ब्रह्मेति विज्ञानात् कल्पकोटिशतार्जितं संचितं विलयं याति प्रबोधा स्वप्नकर्मवत्. So we are discussing this 91st shloka in which Shankaracharya is presenting the law of karma applicable to a jnani. The general law of karma, which we discussed at some length in the last two classes, is applicable to all ajnani jivas. But there is a special law of karma which is applicable to a jnani who attains videha mukti. And as I said earlier also, here we should understand the word karma as karma phalam, adrishta punya papam. That is the meaning of karma. And therefore, whenever the words like sanchita karma, agami karma, etc. come, are used, you should immediately translate the word karma as invisible punya papa. And as I said in the last class, Shankaracharya presents this special law in the verses 91 and 92, where he takes up the sanchita karma of a jnani. He says, Aham Brahma iti vijnanat. Aham Brahma should be within inverted quotes. I am Brahman. Iti vijnanat. He uses the word vijnanam deliberately. Normally we talk about jnana yoga only, right? And we have already seen the difference between jnanam and vijnanam in one of the earlier classes. So the knowledge which comes to us after Shravanam and Mananam are at two levels. The first level is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. This is one knowledge. This is Jnanam. But this is not Vijnanam. Vijnanam is Vishesha Jnanam. What is the Vishesha Jnanam? That is the second and more important part, which is Tat Brahma Aham Asmi. So, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Tat Brahma Aham Asmi. This is the Vijnana. And we gain this knowledge through Mahavakya Vichara, where I get to know the real nature of myself as the all-pervading Brahman. And when that happens, what happens? Sanchitam vilayam yati. All my accumulated punya papas, my sanchita karma account dissolves, disappears, or you can say it is negated. The sanchita account of the entire accumulated punya papas over hundreds of crores of kalpas. Kalpakoti shatarjitam, he said, is eliminated in one stroke of knowledge. And we must understand, as I said in the last class, a kalpa is one day of Brahmaji. Brahmaji is the creator Brahma, which is 2000 Chaturyugas, which is equivalent to 864 crore years. So, Kalpakoti Shatarjitam Sanchitam Vilayam Yati. All that huge baggage of Sanchita Karma is just eliminated in one stroke of knowledge. And this is based upon the Shruti Pramanam, based on the mantras of Mundaka Upanishad and also Bhagavad Gita, which we saw in the last class. Then we give also the yukti or logical reasoning for this. What is that? The logical reasoning is, when you gain the Vijnanam of Aham Brahmasmi, you also gain the knowledge of what? The knowledge of the true nature of Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. And what is that speciality about that knowledge? You gain the knowledge that all these three, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara, are Mithya. They appear to be there, but they, in fact, in reality, they are not there. So therefore, the yukti, this goes when we are talking about Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, even Punya, Papam, Karma, everything is Mithya. They are all there, they are talked about in the Shastras, but eventually, the Shastra, Upanishad say they are all Mithya. They have only appearance of reality. They don't have any Satyatvam in that. Only Mithyatvam is there. And Punya Papa is required only to destroy things which are real. Karma is required to destroy things which are real. And the logical example that we give is like a rope snake and a real snake. If the snake is real, you cannot destroy that snake by jnanam or knowledge. Action is required, karma is required. Suppose you are accosted by a cobra with full fang and all that. You cannot destroy, oh, this cobra is mithya, because Jagat is mithya, cobra is part of Jagat, so it is mithya. With that knowledge, you cannot destroy the cobra. Transactionally, the cobra is real. It has got vyavaharika reality, it will bite you. But if it is a mithya snake, a rope which appears to be a snake, then we apply the condition, yat mithya tat jnanena nashyati. So if it is superimposed, it does not have any vyavaharika reality. Then by knowledge it is destroyed. By coming to know that it is only a rope and there is no snake, that snake is destroyed. So irrespective of what is the size of that object which is mithya, knowledge can destroy that. Only condition is it should be mithya. And similarly, the entire creation itself can be negated by jnanam because creation is mithya, it is only an appearance. From a paramarthika standpoint, creation is mithya. So here we are not destroying real things by karma or action. And that's why, we can take the example of a dream. Imagine a dream guru and a dream disciple. They are conversing, talking to each other, discussing. Dream guru shows that the vast dream world. He says, Dream Shishya, can you see this vast world? He says, this entire dream world will be eliminated the moment you gain the knowledge of the cause of the dream world. And the cause is called waker. The moment you come to know you are the waker, which of course you will come to know only after waking up. So the term waker means a technical word for waking up. So through waker knowledge, you can destroy the vast universe of the dream world. The Guru is saying. But the dream disciple, he can't believe it. Because for him, the dream world is not mithya, it is satyam. He is transacting in the dream world. For a dreamer, dream is not a dream in dream. There is sun, there is moon, there are stars, oceans, mountains. And so the dream student wonders, how can all these be destroyed in one stroke just by knowledge? He will even argue with the Guru that, recently, and I have witnessed it, workmen, there were few labor, they demolished my neighbor's old building to reconstruct. Just for demolishing that one building, so many workers worked for days together. Just for that one building, karma was required in so many days by so many people. Then how can, hey Guru, all the buildings, skyscrapers, Himalaya, India, all of them, how can one destroy just by one knowledge? He may even actually have a doubt on the Guru. You will tell the Guru, Guru, I have high respect for you. Please tell me something which is believable. Don't tell me cock and bull stories. This will be the dream Shishya's response in the dream. And you can very well understand this response if you look at it from the dreamer's angle. For a dreamer, dream world is Satyam. And Satyam cannot be destroyed by Jnanam. Similarly, we can understand the negation of this world or the negation of Sanchita Karma only when we look at the world as a superwaker. As a Jnani, he understands the statement because he has got a reasoning for that. He has got a yukti for that. Yat mithya tat jnana badhyam. Students like us, we will find it difficult to accept because we are still considering the entire world as tangible and real world. In our view, the world has got ETU, and what has got ETU is real. What is ETU? I hope you all remember: experienceable, transactable, and useful. So, for Ajnanis, this world can never be negated by knowledge. But if we have to intellectually convince them, there is only one argument. Vedanta says Sanchitam can be destroyed by knowledge because Vedanta assumes that we have understood Sanchitam as Mithya. Unless that is understood, we cannot swallow this statement. So there is Shruti Pramanam we saw, Mundaka Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Yukti Pramanam, Yat Mithya Tad Bhaditam. So Shruti Pramanam and Yukti Pramanam are there for this, for understanding that Sanchita Karma can be destroyed in one stroke of knowledge. Then the third perspective, Anubhava Praman, experience. A dreamer will realize when he wakes up that the whole dream world and his own dream body, everything was unreal. And Shankaracharya says, also all the good and bad karmas, all punyam papam that he earned during the dream by doing so many actions in the dream, all that karmas also was unreal. That he will, in one stroke of waking up, he will understand that. So, Shruti, Yukti and Anubhava Pramanaihi Sanchita Karma Nashaha. Nashayati, Nashayanti, Karmas. Actually speaking, even though we can translate the word as Nashaha, the karma, Sanchita karma is not destroyed. Because physically it is not destroyed. Sanchita karma exists in the Mithya world, right? So from a Jnani's point of view, the technical word used for destruction through knowledge is badaha. If you take the rope snake example, Jnanam does not destroy the rope snake. Jnanam only falsifies the rope snake. It falsifies the superimposition of the snake on the rope. So in the rope snake example, relatively speaking, the rope is real, snake is superimposed, so mithya. So we can never say the rope snake was destroyed because once you understand that it is mithya, there is actually no rope snake to destroy at all. If I say rope snake got destroyed, I have not realized the concept because destroyed is not the right word. I cannot say the rope snake ran away also. So we cannot use the normal regular verbs that we use. So Vedanta invents a new word, baditam, which in closest English translation is sublation. So it is sublation, not elimination. Therefore, we have to understand that Sanchita karma will never get destroyed. Sanchita karma will not go away. Sanchita karma for a jnani will get sublated. And that is what we say badhitam. It is exactly like the Swapna Prapancha, entire Swapna Prapancha. It does not get destroyed or go away. It gets sublated, it gets negated. These are all very, very subtle technical points. I mean, if we don't understand what it is, also it doesn't matter. As long as you understand that according to Vedanta, the entire world, including all karmas, everything is mithya. Of course, here we are simply saying mithyatvam, but the mithyatvam has to be established, for which more study is required. We cannot understand the full mithyatvam through just studying one Vivekachudamani or one, we have to study the Upanishads to get the complete grip over why it is mithya. Because that's a very big issue in Vedanta. It is only Advaita Vedanta holds that the entire world is mithya, entire universe, cosmos is mithya. No other philosophy accepts this. And that is why most people criticize Advaita Vedanta. But what we say, our philosophy is based entirely on Shruti Pramana, what the Upanishads are telling. We go by that. Upanishads say this entire prapancha is mithya, so we go by that. What about your experience? People will ask. Are you not, don't you agree that this world has got ETU? You are making transactions and everything that you are doing. And the entire karma kanda of the Veda, they talk about punya, papa, everything is there. It's also part of the Veda only. So we say, yes, we are not disagreeing with you at all. There is punya papa. If you take the world as real, if you take your actions are real. But if you go by the pramanam, Shruti pramanam, it says it is mithya, it is only an appearance. The only reality is Brahman. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahma Na Paraha. Right? So the Upanishad say the Jagat is Mithya. So I am going by that, what the Upanishad say. After all, where do you get all this knowledge? No, but Vedas, Purva Bhaga says Punya Papa. Yes. Where do you get the conclusion of the Vedas? What is the final conclusion of the Vedas? Final conclusion is in Veda Anta Bhaga. Purva Bhaga, you go through, understand in a certain way, come to then Anta Bhaga. It's just like physics, I mean, we have got this Newtonian physics we study. Then we go through school, college, etc. What happens? When we come to higher, masters, MPhil or doctorate, we are introduced to theory of relativity, Einsteinian physics. What does Einsteinian physics do? It negates the entire Newtonian physics. So it is just like that. Till we get to the Einsteinian physics, Newtonian physics is all we have got, and we go by that. That is physics for us. All the laws of motion and things like that and all, whatever is there in Newtonian physics. But the whole Newtonian physics is falsified, sublated when we get to Einsteinian physics. Even Einsteinian physics now gets sublated with the quantum theory now. So it's all various stages. You must look at it. That is why we have to understand Dvaitam, Vishishtadvaitam, and Advaitam as various stages of a progress, in the understanding the entire spiritual nature of this entire universe. Just because if there is utility, there is experienceability, one cannot conclude that it is real. I mean, another good example which we can all relate to is we go and see a movie in a hall, cinema hall, right? We are all cinema gyanis. We go to the movie, we enjoy the movie, experience the movie, everything, fully knowing that this movie is mithya. We know that nothing that we see exists actually. We are only seeing certain images which are moving around, etc., projected by, say, light on a white screen. So in a movie, what is the real thing? Only the white screen is real. Other things, what is being projected, today one movie is projected, in the afternoon show another movie may be projected. So the movies keep on changing. But the screen remains. So if we cinema gyanis, we will say, screen eva satyam. Cinema is mithya. All the films are mithya. Even though we experience the films. So the word sublated is used. Means the reality of that gets negated. And that is why, Advaita Vedanta, they make a compromise. Okay, you want to call this world real? Fine, you call it. We will take it as what is that? Vyavaharika reality. But we will not accept it is Paramarthika Satyam, because Paramarthika Satyam is only Brahman. That's the only reality. So, only if you understand the meaning of sublation, this sloka will be clear. Meaning of the sloka will be clear. And therefore, Shankaracharya says, Prabodhat Swapna Karmavat. Prabodha means sunrise, morning, waking up. Here, and Prabodha word has got another meaning also, which is knowledge. So Shankaracharya uses this Prabodha word in beautifully, uh, 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 rise of knowledge and also rise of the day, waking up. Both meanings are there. So he uses the word Prabodha very, very intelligently. What is waking up? Knowing the waker. I am now the waker. And in spiritual context, spiritual awakening. That is knowing I am the super waker, which is a higher order of reality than a normal waker. So therefore, here the word prabodhat is to be understood as by waking up as a super waker, swapna karmavat. Swapna karmavat, what happens? sanchitam vilayam yati. All the karmas, good and bad deeds done in the dream are sublated, written off. Baditam. And this example, which he gives, he explains in the next verse number 92. Yatkritam swapna velayam punyam va papamulbhanam suptostitasya kim tasyat swargaya narakaya va. The Anvaya of this sloka is Swapna Velayam Punyam Va Ulbhanam Papam Yat Kritam Tat Suptostitasya Swargaya Narakaya Va Kim Syat. Word meanings are Swapna Velayam, during dream. Punyam, good action. Va, or. Ulbhanam, Papam, terrible, sinful deeds. Yat kritam, which is done. Tat, that. Suptotitasya, supta uttitasya, for one who has woken up from sleep. Swargaya, to heaven. Narakaya, to hell. Va, or. Kim syat, can it be the means to go? So, can the good deeds or terrible sinful deeds done during dream be the means to go to heaven or hell for the one who has woken up from sleep? Here, Shankaracharya himself is presenting the yukti also. Very simple question is asking. And this is the example of the explanation of the example given in the previous sloka. Second line, Prabodhat Swapna Karmavat. यथा स्वप्न कर्माणि प्रबोधे बाधितानि भवन्ति तथा अद्वैत प्रबोधे संचित कर्माणि अपि बाधितानि भवन्ति. I hope you all understand this much Sanskrit after so many classes. Simple only, no? Just like all the karmas, actions, and the punya papa earned during the dream, on waking up, are sublated or falsified. Tatha, similarly, Advaita Prabodhe, when you become a super waker on the on waking up as a super waker, Sanchita Karmani api, all Sanchita Karmas, Baditani Bhavanti are falsified. Sanchita Karmani will be sublated. So he says, Yat Kritam Swapna Velayam, Yat Karma Swapna Velayam Kritam. Whatever karma is done during the time of dream. Vela means the time. In Tamil also we use Velai for time. Swapna Velayam means Swapna Kale. Punyam va papam, whether it is noble action or ignoble action. Ulbhanam. Ulbhanam, I said, means tense, strong, powerful. So, however great the punyam it might be, or however grave the papam it might be, both great punyam and grave papam, ulbhanam. So, ulbhanam is the adjective for punyam and papam. Kim tatsyat, he asks. Tat karma kim syat. Will those karma remain when suptottitaha, on waking up from sleep? As I said, supta uttitaha. And that is why, suppose in the dream, a person has committed so many crimes. He has even killed all the Pancha Mahapapa, suppose he has done during dream. And in the dream, he is caught and he is tried and he is given life imprisonment. Police take him, push him into the jail. In fact, some in films and all they show the jail cell door is open and this convict is just two cops will push him. He will go and fall down inside in the cell, in films and all they show. So he has to now stay in that cell, jail cell, for for completing his life sentence. So he is pushed and he falls down. And when he falls down, his head hits against the wall. And he wakes up and finds that he has actually fallen down from the bed and his head has hit the floor. Suddenly he realizes, my God, I thought that I am going, I was, I got a life imprisonment. Where is that life imprisonment? I am not in the jail at all. I am actually in the bed. I have fallen down only. So all the karmas, the Panchamaha papas that he did, all that trial which was done during the dream, sentencing, putting in jail, everything, supta uttitasya, for a person who has dreamt and then woken up, पूर्वम सुप्तः पश्चात उत्थितः सुप्तोत्थितस्य तत्कर्मम स्यात् किम. Will that karma which he did in the dream be still there? This is not a question. It is called aksheparte kim in Sanskrit. This kim is a rhetorical kim. That means it will not be there. He will not attract any punya papa in the waking state for the action done in dream. Swargaya narakaya va. Will those actions give him swarga or naraka? No. Because there is neither swarga nor naraka. Because all the 14 lokas of the dream and the dream world have also been sublated. They have been falsified. So not only karma nasti, but karma phalamapi nasti. This is sloka. Try to recollect where it is. आत्मज्ञान महानिद्रा जृम्भितेऽस्मिन् जगन्मये दीर्घस्वप्ने सुरन्त्येते स्वर्गमोक्षाधिविभ्रमाः. He says Swarga Mokshadi, Swarga, Naraka, even Moksha, all of them are Vibhramaha. All of these are confusions caused by Dirgha Swapnam, long dream, caused by long sleep of ignorance. That's called Atma Ajnana Mahanidra. Jrumbite means projected. Asmin Jaganmaye Dirgha Swapne Surantyete. Suranti means appears. Swarga Mokshadhi Vibhramaha. This is in Advaita Makaranda. Correct. So what happens when you wake up? The sloka further says, Jagat, Jiva, Shishya, Acharya, Ishvara, Brahmam. All these Jagat, Jiva, Shishya, Acharya, Ishvara, all these are all their Brahmam, confusions of duality. And they are all Upashantam, Bhaditam. That's what he says in Advaita Makaranda. Therefore, we have to be in Vedanta for quite some time, even just to believe it, let alone the Mithyatvam becomes real for me. And therefore, he says, Swargaya va Narakaya va, whether it will lead to heaven or hell. Again, not a question, negation. It cannot. All the punya papa that you have earned in the dream body, it cannot take you to Swarga or Naraka. Why? Because like the karmas done in dream are mithya from a waker's standpoint, Sanchita karma is mithya from a super waker's standpoint. So that is what Shankaracharya says, giving the dream example. Understand. Don't give me the argument where the Purva Bhaga said this. Come to Vedanta, because Veda, if you are studying, you have to study the full Veda. Climax comes only in the end, even in films. The climax of the entire Veda is in Vedanta, in the Upanishads. Take what the Upanishads say. That does not mean you don't go through the all the karmas which are there. That is the route to come to Upanishads. Unless you understand the relative satyatvam of the karmas, you cannot understand the mithyatvam of those karmas when you come to Upanishads. For that, lot of study is required to get convinced about it. So with that Sanchitam karma, Parthi has explained in 2 slokas. Question now, what about Agami karma? Because after the Jivan Mukti, after gaining Jnanam, a Jnani continues to live in the world. We must remember, after Jivan Mukti, Jnani's Prarabdham is still running. So he will continue to live in the world, continue to do all actions, good actions. Of course, bad actions he will not do, but suppose, and inadvertently something he does. He will avoid. That's why, sannyasis are advised not to move around during the Chaturmasya Vrata. They take that rainy season, they don't go about, because it's possible that while there are insects are there, and they may all be there in the ground. Sometimes some other insects will come out during rainy season and all. So in order to avoid killing them when you are walking, etc., sannyasis are advised to observe the Chaturmasya Vratam, where they stay put in one place. But there is a warning. We must understand that even after Jivan Mukta, the world continues for a Jnani. Whereas in the case of the dream example, for a waker, the dream disappears. As a waker, he can never experience the dream. But as a Jnani, as a super waker, you are continuing to experience the mithya world also. So there is a, we must remember all these subtle differences. We should not stretch the dream example too much. When you wake up from dream, dream mind, dream body, dream world, all of them disappear. So I know and accept, okay, they are all mithya. But in spiritual awakening, the Jnani knows very clearly that this world is like a dream. It is mithya. He knows that absolutely, doubtlessly, clearly he knows that. But even though he knows it is like a dream, the world does not disappear for him. So a Jnani will also remember, even though I am a super waker, as long as my body, mind, sense complex is there, I will have to function as a waker in the world, interacting with people, doing lots of actions also. Because a Jnani cannot sit quiet all the time, he may do loka sangraha karmas. So as I said, in the process, sometimes inadvertently, even not physically, he may hurt some people. Emotionally, he may hurt even without intending to hurt, he may end up hurting. He may say something to his staff, they will feel hurt. Swamiji or Guruji has told this, I feel very hurt. Therefore, the Jnani does several actions. So, what will happen to the actions done by the Jnani after Jnanam? Won't they produce Agami karma for him? And this becomes a very important question. Now, there are two approaches to this question. There is a certain thing told in Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha students can recall what is told about in Tattva Bodha about a Jnani's Agami karma. Then there is a generally accepted position regarding the Agami karma of a Jnani. First, let us see what Tattva Bodha says on the subject. According to Tattva Bodha, even the actions of the current Janma of a Jnani up to the rise of knowledge. So the Jnanam is a dividing line. Jnani's actions before Jnanam, Jnani's actions after Jnanam. So there are two types of actions is talked about. So the actions of the current Janma of a Jnani up to the rise of knowledge, that is the Agami karmas of a Jnani up to the rise of knowledge, are included in his Sanchitam karma and they are falsified, sublated. In the case of an Ajnani, all karmas done during the current Janma we classify as Agami. But in the case of a Jnani, all karmas done in this Janma up to the rise of knowledge is treated as part of Sanchita karma. They get added to the Sanchita karma. All the Punya Papams. When we say karma, we must understand it's Punya Papam we are talking about, not the action. Result of action. Karma phala. So they all will get negated along with Sanchita. Therefore, when we talk of Agami karma for a Jnani, we mean all the karmas or Punya Papas of a Jnani after Jnana. In Tattva Bodha, the expression is Jnanotpatti Anantaram Jnani Dehakritam Karma. You see how carefully the word is used. It says Jnani Dehakritam Karma. It doesn't say jnani kritam karma, because jnani already has disidentified with his deha. So it does not say all the karmas done by a jnani, but it said karma done by a jnani's body. Very subtle difference we have to note. So the karmas done after jnanam are not attributable to the jnani, but to the jnani's shariram. And because jnani does not identify with his body, that Vishesha Abhimana, the conclusion that I am Karta, has been removed. Pashyan, Srinman, Sprishan, Jigran, all those karmas, Jnani remembers, Naiva Kinchit Karomi. None of them are my actions. They are the actions of my body, mind, sense complex, in which I am only a temporary resident. It doesn't belong to me. His actions are not done with ahankara, with abhimana. And he also doesn't do any action, reaching out action or loka sangram, I should get punya and all that. He doesn't do that. He has no motive that he should get the benefit of karma also. He doesn't ask for punyam from God. He doesn't ask God to eliminate papam. All his actions are motiveless, egoless karma of a jnani. What will happen to that? Will it generate punya papam? For that, Shankaracharya gives the answer in the two slokas 93 and 94, which deal with agami karma. We will read. Swam asangamudasinam parignyaya nabhoyata naslishyate yati kinchit kadachit bhavi karma bihi. The Anvaya of this sloka is Yatha Nabaha Swam Asangam Udasinam Parignyaya Yatihi Bhavi Karma Bihi Kinchit Kadachit Naslishyate. Yatha, just as, Nabaha, space, Swam, himself, Asangam, unassociated, Udasinam, not taking sides, being indifferent, Parigyaya, knowing, Yatihi, the person of proper effort, Bhavi karma bihi, by future karmas, Kinchit, even a little bit, Kadachit, at any time, Naslishyate, is not tainted. So, like space, knowing his self as one, unassociated, and not being partial, the man of right effort is not tainted even a little at any time by the future actions, by his agami karmas. So here the word yatihi literally means sannyasi. And of course, we have to take the focus more on internal sannyasa, internal renunciation rather than external. As we have seen time and again, the more important aspect of sannyasa is internal renunciation. Renunciation of the intellectual samsara, which exists in the form of self-ignorance and self-misconception, ahankara, mamakara, etc. Therefore, an internal sannyasi's actions are never instigated by raga dvesha. Even as a karma yogi, he has avoided raga dvesha instigated karma. So where is the question of motive being there now? He doesn't have kartrutva bhavana. Karta status is gone. In fact, from that standpoint, a jnani and animals both are one and the same. Don't misunderstand. I mean, I'm not trying to compare jnani with animals or anything. It is equating only in one aspect. Just to give an idea that both of them do not have kartrutvam. Animals do not have ego. Jnani does not have ego. So the kartrutvam, which is mainly driven by the ego, by abhimana, is not there both in animals. Only in this, limited to this, that we can compare. And that is why, when animals do things, a dog bites a person and this person dies. Can you take the dog to the court and imprison it or give it death sentence? We see in Indian road so many buffaloes, cows, dogs, all of them. There is a signal. Everybody has to stop. All vehicles have to stop. But dogs can go, cows can go, buffaloes can go. No traffic police will book them. Why? Because they don't have ahankara, kartrutvam or motive. They don't have free will. Similarly, jnani also doesn't have ahankara, kartrutvam or motive. If a grahastha jnani does panchamahayajna, he will not, in his sankalpa, he will not say Duridakshaya dwara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham. What does it mean? Duridakshaya dwara, all by the destruction of all my papas. I am doing this karma to please the Lord so that all my papas may go away. As a grihastha, he may do it as a routine. But at the back of his mind, he does not seek punyam. He doesn't want to eliminate papam also because he knows both this punya papa are all mithya. He has been a student of Vivekachudamani. So this punya papa notion itself is gone for a grihastha jnani while performing his nitya naimittika karma. Therefore, Shankaracharya says yatihi. It means one who has given up ahankara and kartrutva bhavana and who is, from a karma standpoint, similar to an animal, or a better example is a baby or a minor. Minor in the sense below 5 years, before the kartrutva bhava is, get generated. That's why, even minors have got a different set of laws when it comes to crime. Of course, these days, even minors act as adults and do all crime. That's a different matter. But a minor cannot be tried as an adult and punished by the court. He may be sent to a reform center, etc. So when minors, babies, animals do karma, they don't get karma phalam because of one common reason. Ahankara and kartrutvam are not there. So yatihi here means an internal sannyasi who has given up ahankara and kartrutvam. And how has he been able to give it up? Parignyaya, by knowing through Panchakosha Viveka. We have discussed all this Panchakosha Viveka topic in very detailed manner. You must bring all that knowledge, recall that. In fact, this is an opportunity for you to revise the topic, go through your notes, etc. So, Parignyaya, through Panchakosha Viveka, the Jnani remembers Swam Asangaha. I have no relationship with Sharira Trayam because I am of a higher order of reality. My Swarupam is Paramarthikam, Asangam Udasinam. Aham Paramarthika Satyam. Udasinam. Udasinam means one who always remains indifferent. Again, here indifference does not mean in terms of attitude. Indifferent means without any karma or karma phala. Aham akartaram. Even though I appear to do karma, dhyayati iva, lelayati iva, all as though I am performing action, but I am akarta. And we should here recall the Bhagavad Gita sloka. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan srinman sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swapanshvasan. So udasina means akarta abhokta. We will see more in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha Sarvesham.
धन्यवादः.
you,
Thank you
Guruji.
very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Guruji. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Guruji. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam. Thank you. Yes, Hariji, you can start.
Guruji, in this, you were telling the mithya. That is it's not coming out of my mouth. This portion of the karta, the major portion of the karta, this is mithya, and the one which we have to undergo in this life, that is, it can't be burnt. We have to go through that.
Prarabdha karma, you mean?
Yeah, the other one is prarabdha and
today Sanchita karma and agami.
yeah, that word didn't come to my mouth.
Yeah. Prarabdha
Can you
we are not
explain?
discussed. We are talking only about agami karma.
No, you were telling the sanchita karma. Sanchita is mithya.
Yes.
Can you kindly, I was trying to contemplate on that. I still didn't get the depth of it.
You won't get.
How are you, how can I understand, in what way should I think to know or to understand that Sanchita is mithya?
You will not understand till you become a jnani. When you are sleeping and you are having a dream,
yeah,
in the dream world, if I tell you all this dream is false, will you understand? Suppose I come into the dream, right?
Yeah.
You are having a wonderful dream. And in the dream, I come and say that all this action, what you are seeing in the dream world, whatever you are doing big, Annadhanam you are doing for 1,000 people in the dream world. Don't think this is all mithya. You won't get any punya, papa for you for this action. If I tell you when you are in a dream, will you believe it?
No, in the dream, when I'm in the dream, whatever I am dreaming is Satyam.
Satya.
That,
When do you find
that
out it is mithya?
only when I wake up.
Wake up. Similarly,
Yeah.
the Sanchita karma, which is a part of the Vyavaharika world, will the mithyatvam you will understand only when you become a super waker, when you become a jnani.
Okay.
Till such time, you have got only the Shruti Pramana to go with, that this is what is this position. Shruti says it is mithya, so accept it as mithya.
Okay. But
That's all.
Guruji, but what I have understood earlier is that one can become a jnani, or one become one. You can't become a jnani. You what do I say? The jnani, for him, the Sanchita is already sublimated. Okay, there is nothing, because he has gone beyond that.
Yes.
But so then where does the question of mithya comes? Because there is no Sanchita for him.
Mithya, because see, before he became a jnani.
Guruji, this is not an argument.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
When we say the Sanchita, that's why we don't use the word destroyed. We use the word sublimated, sublated, falsified. Because as a Ajnani, he believed in Sanchita karma.
Yeah.
That exists still.
Yeah.
That Sanchita karma, which was there before he got the jnanam, from a transactional point of view, from a worldly point of view, from Vyavaharika point of view, the Sanchita karma is still existing.
Yeah.
So as a jnani, as a ajnani, he has Sanchita karma.
Okay.
That doesn't go away.
Hmm.
But when he becomes a jnani, he understands that there was nothing called Sanchita karma. What I believed to be a Sanchita karma actually was not there at all. So for destruction, something should be there. In reality, you can destroy, correct?
Yeah.
Suppose there is nothing, then what do? You don't say the word destroyed. When you wake up from a dream, you are not destroying the dream.
No.
As long as the dream was there, whatever you did in the dream, that all are all valid from a dream world perspective.
Okay.
All that you in your knowledge, in your understanding, what you have done, you have falsified the dream. Correct?
Yeah.
So very, very subtle points you have to understand. In the dream, while dreaming, the dream was real, and that reality of the dream world still exists.
Okay.
In fact, sometimes we even experience after waking up, there will be a small portion of the dream will still be there in our mind.
Yeah.
Have you experienced that?
Yeah.
When you are about to wake up, it's like a Sandhya time. Not fully out of the sleep, but not fully woken up also. That time, whatever last, you are doing in the dream, that impression still continue in the mind for a few seconds probably.
Yeah.
Then you fully wake up.
Yeah.
Then you realize that, there was all this, there was nothing called dream world. It is a mithya. It only appeared. It has no reality.
Yeah.
Similarly, Sanchita karma, as long as you are an Ajnani, it exists.
Mm.
Right? And you will go by that. You will do punyam, papam, karmas, etc. to earn punya and whatever it is, right? Avoid papa, etc.
Yeah.
So that is something which is there in the Vyavaharika world.
Yeah.
So when you become a Jnani,
Yeah.
what happens is the understanding, just like when you became a waker, that you understood that the dream world was mithya. When
Yeah.
you become a Jnani, you will understand that the entire prapancha, Jagrit prapancha, Swapna prapancha, everything was mithya.
Okay.
That's why in another way, Swakale Satyam, it is. During that time, it is appears as Satyam. Only later on, when you go from one stage of sleep to another, one stage of waking up to another stage of waking up, you will realize that this is Mithya. Till that stage is there, as of now, we have to understand this is what this Shastra says. So what does it help? When you are saying Aham Akarta, what is the significance of that? When you say Aham Akarta, you are actually starting to dilute your ego. Your Kartrutva Bhavana, your Bhoktrutva Bhavana, you have started diluting. When you understand that you are not a doer, all our problems in life is coming because of that only. Isn't it? What is samsara? Samsara starts from Kartrutvam. You take yourself as a doer, so I am successful, I am a failure. If I am a failure, I have got raga. All these success failures is determined by my desires. My desires are instigated by my raga dveshas.
Yeah.
So all these emotional samsara is all based upon our wrong understanding, our misunderstanding, misconception that I am karta.
Inaction.
It is inaction in action. That is what is a gyan. That is what he is saying. So
Yeah,
even when you are doing action, you understand that you are not doing action. Your body. That's why the basic thing is you have to disassociate your identification from the body, mind, sense complex. The whole process is that, and it is very, very difficult to do it. And that is why we have got 108 Upanishads saying the same thing again and again and again. Unless we are told this again and again, we will not be able to appreciate it or understand.
To get into our brain.
Get into
the head.
As I said in yesterday's class, push it into our subconscious mind. Do not happen. So till such time, we are learning, Shravanam is going on. Take all the inputs and reflect on that.
Okay.
As a Ajnani, you will never ever be able to accept or realize that this world is mithya. Only as a Jnani you will do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guruji, this sublation and sublimation, they are same.
Let's say,
Is it same?
but different words, that's all. I mean, different vocabulary.
Okay.
Sublation, sublimation, all are same. Basically, what we in my mind, the better word to be used in Vedanta context is falsified.
Okay.
Because in the rope snake example, when we actually say, when we get the knowledge that there is no snake, what happens? the snake which we saw earlier becomes falsified.
Okay.
Falsification is a better word in my personal view to understand this concept. What we
Yeah.
believed existed, we now believe it was false.
Okay.
So that is what is called mithyatva.
It is an error.
It is an error
Yeah.
arising out of intellectual samsara,
Yeah.
ignorance, self-ignorance and self-misconception.
Yeah.
Because of
Avranam
that,
and
we are superimposing
or
something which is not there.
Guruji, can we Vikshebam is correct? That is, we are
Vikshepam,
projecting.
how it is done, the process is Vikshepa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Process is Vikshepa. Both.
Because of
Vikshepa. Avaranam and Vikshepam.
okay.
Avaranam
Okay.
is covering the reality. Vikshepam is superimposing something else on that and making us believe that that is what is real.
Okay.
That
Understood.
is what it is. This is Avaranam and Vikshepam, both driven by the great Maya lady. Okay. Hari Om. Yes, Sita Ramanji.
No, my point is answered. Anyway, I was trying to elaborate on Hariji's statement.
Okay.
You have to disassociate yourself with the mind body sense complex. And when you reach that stage, you suddenly realize that you had accumulated willy-nilly sanchita karmas and which gets negated.
Correct. So for that, the precondition is sufficiently disassociation with body, mind, sense complex should be there. Your ego should be very sufficiently diluted.
Yeah, which is hell of a job.
Which is a hell of a job, no doubt. That's why everybody doesn't get moksha. Only 1 out of 1,000,000 may get a moksha, right? I mean, everybody is not a jnani. That is why.
Yeah,
So,
I just wanted to add that point. That's all.
yeah. So we have to continue working towards that. That's the only thing.
Instead of sublimated, can we say negated?
Negated, falsified. Correct. All these we can use. All these words we can use. Negated. Yes. Certainly. Yeah. Hari Om. Thank you. Any other question? I don't think anybody else.
Guruji, this is Lata.
Yes.
Namaste, Guruji. I'm going a little retro in my question. I think it's more pertaining to the last session. The sanchita of our papam punyam, depending on what the fructification that's due, we take the what kind of body, where, how, and when. That's what it decides is what was covered in the last session.
Yeah.
Guruji, my question is, I mean, every action is either punya or punyam or papam, and every action has a fruit. My question is, do punyam actions in any way nullify the papam actions, or they bear fruit on their own, and that nullification does not take place? Is what my question.
See, they are separate accounts. Punyam account is separate, papam account is separate. Like you plant different seeds of different plants, all those will come up, right? They will all sprout.
Yeah.
But what you can certainly do is, in order to get more pleasant experiences, more pleasant situations, more happy situations, you can increase the quantum of punya.
Okay.
So if not in this birth, some part maybe in this birth also you will get, because our problem is we don't know when each action fructifies, right?
Yes, Guru.
Suppose you do punyam, lot of punyam in this birth, you avoid all papa karmas. What will happen? The sanchitam balance will tilt. Today, suppose you are having 50% punyam and 50% papa in the starting of this life. You have avoided papam, 0 papam, and punyam you have increased it to another set, 100% punyam. So on based on weighted average, Now in your Sanchitam, the Punyam Papam ratio may change to 75-25.
Okay.
So in going forward, you will get more pleasant experiences in life rather than unpleasant experiences.
Okay, Guruji.
And consciously, if you prove this for few lives of few human births, then the whole ratio can change. And if you have got a very large amount of punya, that has also got to be exhausted, mind you. Because because it is punyam, you will not, it's not that you will not have another life. The punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam will continue
Will continue.
till the last karma phalam is there. Correct.
Yes.
But then the type of body may change. For example, if you got lot of punya, you may not be born as a human being, you may be born as a devata.
Okay.
You could be the sun god, or you could be Varuna Bhagavan, you could be even Yamadharma Raja, right? But you don't want birth at all. I don't want. Even Yamadharma Raja, if you are today Yamadharma Raja, having a big position, I have control over the death of everybody, right? Very big position. But when the punyam exhausts, you will be back as a in the Bhuloka. Chine punye mate lokam vishanti. Right. So I say I don't want even that. I don't know. Nachiketa says that I don't want anything. I want all this to go away. How do you do it? One shortcut is there. Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, understanding. Just by jnanam, you can get rid of all this. Old Sanchitam, you can just throw it in the ocean, wash your hands. That is the beauty of Vedanta.
Okay, Guruji.
Yeah.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hari Om, Guruji. Thank you. Pranam.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
I have a question.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me. What happened? Who muted himself?
So, Guruji, there is one saying that, am I audible, Guruji?
Yeah.
Am I audible, Guruji? No?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, Guruji. So there is a saying that yes, Guruji. So there is a saying that the universe is real as long as there is someone observing it. When we remove the observer, the thing that we can observe becomes false. So when we actually say that we kind of stop seeing the reality in them, like for example, you're saying that, Guruji. So does it mean that we're actually removing the observability in us? That we actually consider these things as only temporary, and we only focus on the things that are that is the Brahman that is always constant.
There is no observed concept in Advaita. Right.
Okay.
Observer concept comes pre-Advaita stage.
Okay.
When I say I and consciousness.
Okay. I am conscious. Okay.
I am an observed, and consciousness is the observer. We say Sakshi Chaitanya.
Okay.
Pre-Jnanam stage.
Okay.
That they have, diabetes, pre-diabetes stage, they say, borderline. Right?
Okay.
But when you get the Jnanam, there is no observer. The observer is the observed.
Right.
There is only one.
Okay.
But when you say there is only one reality, there is nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay.
Everything, all observed is only appearances.
Okay.
So that is the final frontier of Jnana.
Okay.
I alone am there.
Okay.
That is what is the crux of Aham Brahmasmi or Tattvamasi. That you alone are there. You are the creator of this world, the whole world, everything that you see, your own creation. Just like dream is your own creation.
Right. Correct, Guruji.
Similarly, you will realize when you come to that stage, this entire thing is my own creation. I am the only reality in this.
Okay.
That is what is
So,
the
so it is almost as if that my eyes are perceiving something, and it is not something that I want. I'm ready to believe. I see all of this as not, they're not going to persist all the time. And I refuse to believe that this will have an impact on me. Is that
Yes,
the way,
yes.
Guruji? Okay.
Nothing has got any impact on me because I am free from all impacts.
Okay.
I
Okay.
am actually free even from the time, space, this thing, what you
The
call.
complexity itself.
Yeah. I am beyond
Okay.
time, I am beyond space. Nothing can restrict me.
Okay.
Limitless I am. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. I am limitless.
Right. So
That,
Guruji, my okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Guruji. Please continue. I'll put my following question. Shall I put my question, Guruji?
yeah.
So Guruji, so
I have
now that we see that we don't, I mean, none of this impacts us. At that stage, how does a jnani actually take up the karma yoga, Guruji? Because that has been bothering. I mean, I've been pondering upon this for a very long time now. So when they approach some karma yoga, they do not see some impact on it. So I mean, they will still do it because they're not ignorant. They'll still do it, but what would be the motivation of each and every action they do it, Guruji? Because they see that the world is not permanent. Any kind of relationship or any kind of, let's say, a nani has attained, he's not a brahmacharya, he is married, and he has to marry his son or daughter or whoever it is, Guruji. So he has to do his duties as a father or a mother. Right. So in that case, how does a jnani approach the livelihood and approach the general life decisions when their broad perspective is that none of these things actually matter?
Correct.
So
He will do role playing.
okay.
Okay. Jnani knows, number one, that all this is mithya.
Right, Guruji.
Me.
Okay.
But it is not mithya for everyone around me.
Right.
For all of them, it is satyam.
Right.
And I am not going to, enforce my understanding on them.
Okay.
Let them believe it is all satyam, no problem.
Okay.
What is my role? If I am a father, I am a grihastha jnani. Of course, if you are a sannyasi jnani, you have already given up everything and gone. So we are not talking about it. We are
Right,
talking
Guruji.
about a grihastha jnani, correct?
Right, Guruji.
I'm a father, I will play the role of a father. Ideal role of a father. I have learned in Shastra what is the responsibility, duties of a father. I will do that.
Okay.
Husband, I will do that role.
Okay.
Fully understanding, like Shivaji Ganeshan or Amitabh Bachchan or whoever it is, when they play a role, I am only playing a role.
Right.
I am not changing my understanding. I am not doing anything, but I will play the role up to the T. Exactly what I am expected to play, I will play.
Right. Okay.
So what will happen? I create a firewall in my mind.
Firewall. Okay.
I will not allow whatever the role demands to emotionally upset me.
Okay. Makes sense,
Understand?
Guruji. Okay.
But I will do everything as whichever role. Suppose I am working in an office. I am working as a peon or I am working as a managing director. Whatever role is that, I will play without any attachment. Asanga. So asanga
Okay.
becomes very important. Because sangatvam is what creates the emotional problems.
Right.
So then I am asanga. So nothing to me. Okay, my body mind complex is doing all these things. I am using them as instruments for discharging my role. That's it.
Okay.
So that is the understanding of a jnani. That is how he acts. And of course, if he is a sannyasi jnani, he will still do actions for loka sangraha, for the benefit of the people, because they don't know, they don't have this jnanam, aham brahmasmi and all. They still
Right.
believe in punya karma, papa karma, etc. They are still having a lot of sufferings and things like that. I will try to
Right.
help them in all those things, guide them,
Okay.
in the right way, and teach them that they should not do all these papa karmas and things like that and all. If they are destitute, I will try to help them as much as possible. In fact, I will talk to people who have got money, and induce them or motivate them to help the poor people. All those things, so many things you can.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But in all that, one thing is there is asangaha. Is there no,
Okay.
nothing to gain from that, nothing to lose from that. That's it.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is the Jnani's attitude.
At the back of the
Dhanyavad
mind,
Guruji.
we know that we are only
Doing a
playing
role
the life
play.
drama.
And
Yeah,
which
life
every
drama.
stage actor does. Suppose if you are a stage actor, you go and play the role of a prince. Correct? You don't assume you are a prince after coming home. Oh, I am a prince. You don't say that, isn't it? You will be treated the same way by your wife and children as you were treated before you went on stage. Correct? So that is only for that period you are a prince. You can have all
Right.
sort of princely attire and all that and live like a prince on the stage. But so role play. Jnani will do that. I have got
Yeah.
responsibility. I'll do a role play. I will not get emotionally involved in this.
Okay. Okay. Dhanyavad Guruji. Thanks a lot for this answer. It has been, I've been thinking about this for a very long time. It was always
Oh,
confusing
good,
for me,
good. When
Guruji.
you're thinking means you are contemplating on what you are learning. And whenever you are
Right, Guruji.
contemplating, you have got question. This is all mananam. This is removing
Right.
all doubts from your mind. This is the mananam
Right,
part.
Guruji.
So absolutely,
Right.
you can ask any question. To the best of my knowledge, my ability, I will give you the answer.
I think you have given us answers that we are more than deserved of, Guruji. So thanks a lot.
No, that is okay. Because I'm just sharing what I have learned from my gurus.
Right, Guruji. Right,
So
Guruji.
many times questions actually don't come up also because we already know the answer. So if you
Right.
have questions, never hesitate to ask the questions. You may think it's a stupid question, but many other students also may have the same questions and they may be hesitant to ask it. So if one student
Right,
asks, it benefits all the students now.
right, Guruji.
And it helps me also sometimes to make my understanding more clear.
Right, Guruji. Thanks a lot for the answer, Guruji. Dhanyavad.
Hari Om. Dhanyawad. Hari Om. Any more questions? Not there. Okay, so then let us close
Yeah,
the
Guruji, we can say this as pure Sakshi Bhava, is it not? That we don't get involved, that we are witness. I am playing my role.
Yeah, at that stage you can say Sakshi Bhava, but you have to go beyond Sakshi Bhava also when you reach that Aham Brahmasmi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my another doubt was when you are talking about Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva Bhava, is it connected with Drikdrishya Viveka?
Well, not only Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, Drikdrikshya Viveka is basically to understand the Mithyatva. Drik eva satyam drishyam mithya. That is what Drikshya Viveka. It is not.
Once again, can you repeat it? Drik?
Drik eva satyam drishyam mithya.
Okay.
So that is not restricted only to Kartrutva Bhoktrutva. That is whatever you are seeing or experiencing is mitva. The witness consciousness is the only satyam. That is drishya viveka. So it extends to the whole gamut of Vedanta teaching, not just this aspect of kartrutvam bhoktrutvam. Because when you say kartrutvam bhoktrutvam, you have to connect all those things to kartrutvam bhoktrutvam, including your ahankara, everything, Punya, Papa, everything has to be connected to that. It is not just merely kartrutvam and bhoktrutvam. So, Drishya Viveka, one aspect of that is this kartrutvam bhoktrutvam.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right then. So, we will meet in the next class. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Guruji. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good day for me.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om.
When are you back, Guruji?
As of now, I'll be returning on 2nd of September.
Okay.
But I'm not at final. Our ticket is booked for 2nd September. My son said to extend it by a few days. So I'll have to see, if there is something urgent coming up in India, then I will come back. So it's still little bit.
Guruji,
returning.
before you disconnect now, have you got any plan for 21st of July? That
Guru
is Guru
Purnima.
Purnima.
As of now, I don't have any plans, but I can think about it. I mean, what do we want to do? Because Guru Purnima, so many other material is available. 21st July is what day?
But Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Okay.
Yeah. Sunday in India. For you, it may be Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday in India. Saturday, if you want
Saturday night.
Evening. Yes. No. If it is Sunday morning in India, it's a Saturday night here. Yeah. So we will see. Let me think about it. As of now, I have not drawn up any plans for Guru Purnima. Let me see. Well, last year also, I think we did, some special lecture on Guru Purnima. Personally, I tell you, I don't consider myself to be that big a teacher that I have to have a special Swamiji, Paramatmanandaji and all, the Anugrah Bhashanam was there. Even Swami Sadatmananda in the Hanekati Ashram, he will be delivering Anugrah Bhashanam. So we can all, listen to that. Best I can do is if I get the recording, I can circulate it, or it may be there in YouTube. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm not closing that. Let me think about it and I'll get back.
Okay.
Thank
Hari
you.
Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.